All the way. And canter. It's fine. Good with your body. And walk. Ah, that was a fabulous walk transition. And canter. I want you to do half of that to canter, okay? And now that he's raised his elevation a little bit in his chest and his head, you can short your reins a little more so your hands go to him. Seat bones to him, okay? And canter. It's okay. Good. Now move his head around a little in the canter. A little outside the flower box, a little inside the flower box. Good. Little outside the flower box. Little inside the flower box. Good. And walk. Okay. Now, when you're using your eyes, your head's nice and free, right? So your head's free and you look through his ears. And canter. No walk. That's okay. Remember, it's through that tight hallway. Good. There you go. You have permission to move his head around. That doesn't mean his body changes. Can get better, but he doesn't need to think haunches in, shoulder in, nothing like that. Good. Counter flexion. True flexion. Good. Counter. Yes, good boy. Give to him there. Whoa. You had a flying change behind. And walk. Good boy. Huh?
I'm supposed to be walking now. It's for you to walk.
That's okay. Effortless. Half the amount you asked before. If you feel like you have to boogie him up with your body, just gentle tap. A reminder, not a punishment. And canter. Yeah! Okay? That was half of what you did before, right?
Yep.
That's how you keep saying how much is too much.
Okay.
They're never supple enough. They're never on the aids enough for dressage horses, right? Okay, a little left flexion, little right flexion. You're still riding left canter with your body. You're just moving his head around, moving his neck around. Little left flexion. Yeah, you'll see the muscle in his neck. Oh, what a good boy. And he goes, oh, that's hard. And walk. Let him walk for a minute. Yeah, let him walk for a wrong rein, and then I want to go again to the right. How'd that feel?
Good.
So he switched off behind that one time when you were changing the flexion. He's like, oh, not because of a flying change, but the right hind switched off because that one's a little bit stiffer. So for him to go from counter flexion to true flexion, he's still in left lead canter, but he's got to let go of one side of his back and the other. Does that make sense?
Yep.
The right side of his back is longer, so when you go to straighten him or do a little left flexion, he's got to lengthen the left side of his back.
Okay.
Okay? So, if in left lead canter, this is where the left hind is, and you go like that, right? He's going to try to fix it with this instead of letting go on that side. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. And no matter what horse you ride, this will give you more information of where is he uncomfortable, where is the horse tight, just because of normal tightness. Does that make sense?
Yep.
But that left lead canter, when he starts getting a little sideways, you feel like he wants to do haunches in, or he starts, especially if he starts getting fast. The counter flexion is to remind him to keep his shoulders within the hallway. Like when we were cantering along, the flower box, yeah.
And only his head can come out of the flower box. The rest of his body has to stay.
It stays straight. So sometimes you want, for the neck flexion, for the lower neck flexion, you want to know that you can bring his head outside the flower box. Then when you're talking about jaw and paw softness and flexion, it's only his ears or his eyelashes outside of the flower box.
Okay.
Okay? All right, when you're ready, you want to pick him up for the right. So this is what's happening a little to the right. He wants to go through your his right shoulder, right? So sometimes it looks like you're trying to hold him up from your right leg from leaning in. I don't know if you are, but His punishment, okay, so he's got to stay looking to the right, not so much his punishment. If you ask him to canter and he does it, he's not off of your left leg, because that's the aid.
Right.
You can stop him and boot him with that left leg, even though your stick's on the right side. Then you walk like it never happened. So Glenda the Good Witch, after you give him a little hey, hey, okay? Yeah, shorten your reins just a little. Good. And when you're ready, keeping the right flexion. When you're ready. Sorry, I was trying to help. You got it. You got it. You got it. Good. So, yes, a little slight right flexion, a little more. That's how, yeah. Ooh, you're going to see this beautiful line down the middle of his neck. A little right flexion again. You see it in the sun. Oh, good boy, that's okay. And he goes, dang, that's hard. Good, good, you got it again. Little left flexion, keeping the right rein. Little right flexion. Good boy. Little left flexion. Little right flexion. Good, good. That's how, yes. And then see how he lightened the contact? That's okay, good boy. And walk. Walk right away. Yes, good. Pet him lots for a minute. Could you, okay, so the muscle that you see down the middle of the neck is when you know the lower neck and their trap muscles are loose and he can bring his shoulders up. Can you feel that? And so he doesn't have to be going fast. He was going forward and you're just softening and softening. So right now, when he's going to the right, he can flex to the right, right? You're always going to want to challenge maybe a little more, but then give him a break by getting him straight or a little counter flexion. And it's none of moving his feet. If he goes sideways, you just think bump both legs forward. Okay, not faster. That was good. Was that fun? Okay, and when you're ready again, right lead canter. So what I'd like you to do, where are we here? We don't want to kill him. Right lead canter, if you can, right? Walk immediately left lead canter. So find a spot, maybe ride the telephone pole, but you be clear, it's not dribble into the, okay, canter, walk canter. And can I do 2 steps or can I do 1 step, okay? And you switch your legs like the scissor, like I showed you. And, yep, you got it. Good. Straight across. Yeah, why not? And walk. And left lead. Good, Callie. Come through again. Mess with his ass. See how soft he could be. How soft can you be? Go across the middle. Good, good. A little right flexion, little left flexion. Walk, right lead canter. Excellent. Little more right flexion. More. Yeah, little left. Across the middle. Oh, that's okay, good boy. And go across the ring and do a flying change. Slide your legs. Good, that's all right. You got it behind first. Good boy. Tall with your heart, keeping your heart over your leg. Excellent. Through the middle again. Or where you can turn. You can do it. And switch your legs. Yeah, good girl. One more. How's that flexion? Can you get a little more to the right? Good. Can you let us straighten them a little? Yes, good job. And when you give the rein and they put their head down, you're going, I got it. I am so on it now. And switch your legs. It's okay. Good boy. Move his head around.